Good morning, I'm Nivareti Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Friday, 20th of March. In this update, the Finance Minister will meet with fuel importers today as the government increases stock updates to twice weekly. Conflict in the Middle East continues to pressure global oil supplies, with petrol prices rising about 55 cents a litre over the past 2 weeks. Nicola Willis says fuel supplies are fine now, but we're actively preparing for alternative scenarios. And relief could be on the way for households as the petrol panic continues. The Strait of Hormuz is still locked down, and Israel's targeting of the world's largest gas field is fueling further escalation in the war. Our government says it's focused on securing supply and has tasked Inland Revenue and Treasury with putting a support package together. Retail NZ Chief Executive Carolyn Young says people should avoid stockpiling and just buy what they need. The coming weeks could be crucial to knowing what comes next for New Zealand's economy. Latest Stats NZ data shows GDP's now grown for 2 consecutive quarters. Business NZ's currently forecasting continued growth for the next 2 years due to rebounding tourism and construction, and the proceeds Fonterra dairy farmers will make from the sale of its consumer brands. But Chief Economist John Pask says that the conflict in the Middle East could push inflation up or down and could have an impact on growth. He says things are very much up in the air and the next 3 or 4 weeks could be pretty telling. Positive news for Timaru's job sector as a brand new meatworks fills the shoes left by the former Alliance Smithfield factory. Southern Alps Meats is advertising for staff at the former Alliance site, which closed in October 2024 after almost 140 years, with the loss of more than 600 jobs. Previously unseen documents show Chateau Tongariro needs millions of dollars in urgent maintenance. The government's gone to market to see if anyone's keen to do up the heritage-listed site. A request for proposals states urgent repairs, fees and scaffolding will cost $10.4 million, according to a document prepared when it shut in 2023. That sum excludes the significant quake strengthening needed and the fit-out of the derelict hotel. The site's described as being in a poor state. Xero founder Sir Rod Drury has been crowned the 2026 Kiwibank New Zealander of the Year. The judges noted in the ceremony last night his driving innovation, empowerment of Kiwi tech leaders and his venture philanthropy. Kiwibank Chief Executive Steve Jurkovic says his impact is far-reaching and deeply practical. Drury is involved in multiple projects, including pushing for expansion of renewable power and electrified transport. In sport, a last-minute try-saving tackle from the Bulldogs' Connor Tracy on the Raiders' Ethan Sanders, a couple of metres from the line, has secured a 14-10 win to open the third round of NRL League. White Fern's Susie Bates hopes New Zealand's top cricketers can avoid industrial strike action over the country's domestic T20 future. Silver Ferns mid-quarter Maddie Gordon is set for several weeks on the sideline after suffering a hamstring injury in training, having recently made her Super Netball debut for the Queensland Firebirds. I'm Nivareti Manu, and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.